Hey guys, welcome to a new year with ProRealAlgos. How are you guys doing? I'm Carl Eriksson for you that have not met me yet. Let's see if we have any viewers today. Yes, we do. 12 viewers, that's a good number. So I want to welcome you to this live stream. I'm streaming the first Sunday every month, and this is the first live stream of this year. The next live stream will be actually in just 2 weeks on January 15th, and that is regarding the new MarcoMakingTheMillion challenge. So that is something that I will get into last in this live stream, since I know that's what most of you are here for. So yeah, I would like to start with looking at the results of 2022. It was a rough year in the indexes. Most indexes made somewhere around minus 20 to 15%, and our algos took benefit of that, and we made another year with over 100% gains. So this proves that our algo works good in both bear and in bull markets. So let me just share with you the results of 2022. Yeah, so here it is. We actually ended the last month of the year, December, with a gain of, I think it was close to 3,500 euros. And the month before that was a good month as well. So we ended the year on a very good notice. We can look into the detailed report of from ProRealTime from our account, and as you can see here, yeah, we made a gain of close to 3,500 euros in December, but the best month was actually March with a gain close to 4,000 euros. I believe it was 3,800 euros or something like that. And I will send to you a full report on the results for 2022 in just a couple of days, and we will get more into details about what happened during 2022, what worked, what algos performed better than others, and so on. But it's something I enjoy, showing the good results in a year like this, when most indices are down, yeah, 20% or something like that. So yeah, we made a total gain of 8,000 euros. That is actually a good result, but it's not as good as 2021. In 2021 we made close to 9,000 euros, so it's a year which yeah, it's similar in results, but compared to the indexes we are actually making the best year ever. So looking at, yeah, comparing it to the indexes, we are making a very good year. And as you can see here, if you could compare it, if you would compare this image to the image of 2021 and 2020, you can see that our average loss, let me enlarge the screen a little bit, you can see that the average loss is actually smaller than it used to be, and that is for one single reason, and that is the release of the CUTS algos. So as you know, the CUTS algos are a collection of algos that aim to have bigger average gains than average losses, which is in the opposite to what our prime and plus algos are doing. So this is have been our focus for 2022, to make sure that the average loss is smaller, to make the overall drawdown smaller as well. So that's something we have succeeded with. We will not focus that much on this CUTS collection in 2023. We will rather look into the Prime and Plus algos again to improve some of those algos that have been performing not as good as they possibly could have. So that's what we will focus on in 2023. And also, if you have any questions, just send it in the chat to the right, and I will answer them during this live cast. What else? Yeah, out of 12 months, 9 months were positive. The beginning of the year was the hardest part of the year, and the second half of the year was just easy, smooth ride up to new all-time highs. So the results you see in these images are from our ProRealTime account, and those results there corresponds to the red equity line in the results page. So this is the equity line with a minimum position sizing, meaning that we are using one contract per algo, or actually one contract per DAX algo, and then we factorize that position size to have the same level of risk on the other algos. So, but if you would like to reinvest profits, I mean, that's something that most people should do as their equity of their account rises, then you would have got these results. Let me just remove the other lines. Yeah, it's a pretty big difference compared to the minimum position sizing with no reinvestment of profits, and this reinvestment of profits is actually pretty small. We could actually increase the reinvestment of profit and still make sure that we are not taking too much risk. So that is something we will look at. But if you are interested, I mean, you can see what difference it makes to reinvest profits. At this point here, in this month of December, we had a position size of 6 contracts compared to 1 contract here. So somewhere along here we increased to 2 contracts. Somewhere along here we increased it to 3 contracts, and somewhere along here we increased it to 4 and 5 and then 6 around here. So that is a pretty careful small reinvestment of profits. You can make a lot more money if you were more aggressive in your reinvestment of profits, and that is something that we will actually do in the Marco Making the Million challenge, and that is the challenge that I have sent out an email about today. It's the challenge to turn an initial capital investment of only 5,000 euros to 1 million euros in just 48 months. So yeah, that's a little bit of a teaser of what I will end this livecast with. All right, no questions yet. Please let me know if you have any. Yeah, and as I said, you will get a full report of the results of 2022 in just a couple of days. And now you're wondering, what can you expect of 2023? Well, as always, we are putting the primary focus, the most hours of the day, on developing new algos. I mean, that's the core of our business, and that is the biggest predictor of our customer satisfaction. So we would be doing something wrong if we didn't focus on developing, updating, and improving our algos. So we will continue doing that as we have done for the last couple of years since we started our business. But what we will focus on more in 2023 is the other part of algo trading. So one part is having good, well-performing, well-tested, professionally developed algos. That's one part. But the second part is actually handling, managing, and using those algos. So you might think that it's just to plug and play it, and then you're you're done. Well, then you're missing one very important, crucial thing, and that is money and risk management. We have, sadly enough, have examples of two users. One purchased the algos in the start of the year, and the other one purchased the algos in the summer. And as you can understand, looking at the results, I'll pull them up again. You understand that the person who bought the algos in the beginning of the year had quite a rough couple of months in the beginning. Actually, the first month was pretty hard, and the second user purchased the algos in June and had 3 consecutive winning months before its first loss. And what's sad about this is that the first user that purchased the algos in the beginning of the month didn't have a proper risk and money management. So what happened is that they took too big of a position size in relations to the risk preference, their own risk preference, and their equity of their account. So they ended up blowing the equity of the account, losing a lot of money, blaming us for providing algos that's not working, blaming us to be a scam, blaming us for not making good algos. But what we are blaming ourselves for is not giving the proper tools and the right information to make sure that every single user have a proper money and risk management. So that's what we are blaming ourselves for in this case, that the user, even though we are providing some information on it, we can improve that a lot further, so we can make sure that every single user, even if that user would start the algos in a period of a big drawdown, he should be able to withstand that drawdown, to make sure that the user will gain the money back when we have a better period in terms of algo performance. So that's something that we are focusing on 2023, to provide those tools for users that's not that experienced in money and risk management, to make sure that everyone gets the best possible outcome of our algos, because our algos are making money, and if handled properly, I mean, it's a good passive income for anyone. Hi Dan, great to see you back. It was quite a long time ago. How are you doing? And hi Andy, what account size are the games based on? Well, we started this reference account on which you see the image here. It's we started it with 5,000 euros back in 2022, and now it's close to like 2,500 euros. Sorry, 25,000 euros. So it's been a pretty good gain of what is it, 400% or something like that in the 3 years that we have been active. So we have done a gain over 100% every single year since we started. And can you expect this in 2023? Well, I would be sorry, I accidentally screwed up. I would be lying if I said with 100% certainty that you would make 100% gain in 2023 as well with our algos. I mean, anyone promising anything like that, you should just run the other way. But I mean, looking at how our algos have performed historically, showing that it can perform well in both bear and in bull markets, I would say chances are pretty good that we will make some serious gains in 2023 as well. Be Out of Noise is asking, I think trading algos gives the best results when you create them themselves. You know the formulas and you know what the algo is doing. When you buy an algo, you are just running and wait. Yeah, I mean, Um, I don't know if I agree with that. I know BR knows that you are a pretty experienced trader and that you have the knowledge and the experience to develop own algos, but I would say for the general public to develop algos is like that's something you shouldn't be doing. You should hire a carpenter to build your bathroom, and you should hire professional developers to build your algos. The risk is pretty high that you will burn yourself pretty badly by the common mistakes that new algo developers do. They overly optimize their algos and they believe it will work live, but then starting it will just lose their money. So yeah, I mean, if you're in it for the long term, if you are have confidence in algo trading and that it's something you want to do for a longer period of time, yes, I would say investing the time to learn to develop algos yourself is will be worth it. So it's just a matter of how much effort you want to put into it. So it's a matter of 10,000 hours, as with all other kinds of trades. So yeah, if you want to do that, we have a learning program as well, so go sign up there. Franco, hi Carl, I have a question for you. Are these results obtained on a real account that takes into consideration the cost of commissions and the spread? Yes, these results are from a real account. This GXKU is a real account. It's a IG account based in Sweden, so these results are obtained with the spreads and commissions that the IG of Sweden have. So there can be some differences between different IG countries, and since a couple of weeks back you can actually use a new broker for ProRealTime automatic trading, and that is Interactive Brokers. And looking at the big numbers, you will see that the differences are not that big, but these results are real results with the commissions included. Andy, can you run all 20 algos with 5k? Well, I'd say now that we have released the cuts algos, yes, it is possible. Back in the days when we had 20 either plus or prime algos, that was kind of difficult since the security margin would not cover all positions that were taken simultaneously. So the cuts algos trades a lot less often. Some algos trades once per week, where the average prime algo trades like once per day or something like that. So as we have now released, I believe it's 8 cuts algos, the equity needed on the account to cover all simultaneous positions is a lot less. So that's something I would also like to mention in connection to the results that I'm presenting here, that these results are of course must of course be put in relations to how much how much capital you have put into your account. So 8,000 euros is something that you could have gained with only 5,000 euros on the account, meaning that you would have made over 100%. So that is something that I think is often forgotten when talking about algo trading. Like, someone might say, wow, you have 20 algos, you would need 20,000 euros to run all these algos. And for some algo providers that might be true, because they have algos that trades every single day, and that would mean that at many times you would have like 12-15 open positions at the same time, and you would have to have a security margin of close to 20,000 euros. But our algos trade less often and require less capital. So yeah, since we have developed these 8 CAPS algos, the needed security margin to run all these algos have been decreased a lot. So yes, 5,000 euros is enough to run our algos with minimum position size. Dan, good, thanks. Not been running any algos for a while since, but hopefully this year. Which PRIA algos are hot at the moment? Let me pull that up. That's my favorite topic. Well, the results you see down in the screen now below is the results of December. But let me pull up the algos which have performed best in the last, let's say, quarter, in the last 3 months. But as you wait, you can watch the good results here. Let's see. Yeah, so I think the best single algo in actually the last 6 months, it's the Prime DAO M5 algo. So it made 675 euros in December. It's made 384 euros in November, 552 euros in October, 321 euros in September, 490 euros in August, and 710 euros in July. So in the last 6 months, it have made a gain of 3,134 euros with 0.5 contracts. So having one contract in the DAO market requires somewhere around, if you're a non-professional trader on IG with a 5% security margin, that would require somewhere around let's say 1,200 euros, something like that. So compared to that, we have made 200 and somewhere around 260% in 6 months with one single algo. Oh, sorry, and that was with 0.5 contracts. So, and the security margin I was talking about was with one contract. So we've actually made 550% with one algo in 6 months. Yeah. Let me see if we have any other like very strong algos. I mean, another algo also on Wall Street Cash is the Plus DAO M5 algo. It have made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 consecutive winning months with a total gain of, it's not that much, but it's 1,354 euros. So yeah, it made 200% in 7 months. Let's see what else. Let's take one more that's been performing very well. Yeah, I will have to, I would have to mention Prime DAX M2 algo. Out of the last 8 months, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months, 1 month has been negative, but in total it's made still a gain of 1,250 euros, and that is yeah, somewhere around 200% also in the last 7 months. But by far the best algo is the Prime DAO M5 algo. It's crazy to have made over 500% in 6 months. Yeah, okay. Beyond the noise, if markets are going very hard against you, do you stop your algo by hand, cut losses? No, never do. We will never do that. One reason for that is we don't monitor algos on like intraday basis. We look at the results for the algo on a daily basis, on a monthly basis, and on a weekly basis as well. But we do not have the time to actually like we would have the time if we would like actually prioritize that, but we don't want to intervene with our algo performance. I mean, we have set a stop loss to be able to actually withstand losses, and we don't want to intervene with the algo that we have tested, that we know works, and that will occasionally have a couple of consecutive losses, and it might be hard, but trust me on this, it's better to just have like a regular basis on which you evaluate your algos. It could be like, for us, we only close or stop or start new algos on a monthly basis. So every month we are sitting down and deciding if any algo should be closed or stopped, or increase position size or decrease position size. But we only do this on a monthly basis so that we are not tempted by the heat of the moment to stop algos that are in the moment looking quite bad. Thanks, Carl. So based on that, what is the average risk per trade? Well, I guess you are referring to the risk in terms like of the stop loss level. I mean, that's the traditional way to look at the risk and reward, that the risk is the stop loss and the reward is the target profit. But you might also mean what are the real results in terms of risk and reward. And that would be, in this case, if you're looking at this image, you see that we have a risk reward of 0.8. So that means that the average gain is 81% of the average loss. So that's the risk reward ratio if we talk about that in the real results. So to be clear, we don't have a target profit that's we don't have a target profit that's 81% of the stop loss level. This is the real results, and this is, I believe, a more relevant way to look at risk and reward in algo trading. You can have algo that have a let's say even algo that have a stop loss of 2% and a target profit of 1%. So you are risking 200 euros to make 100 euros, and that might sound like absurd. Why would you do that? Well, if your algo have a win rate that makes up for that risk and reward ratio, you might still have an algo that makes money. So traditionally, traders have been taught to never take a trade that have a risk reward ratio of less than like 1 to 2. But that's, I think, is a very dogmatic way to see and think about trades. You should always weigh in the possible historic win rate of an algo to determine if a lower risk reward ratio might be okay for that specific algo. Dan, yes, never fiddle with algos unless you intend to turn them off. That's right. I hope to see you more active again in our channel, and we have missed you. Oh, okay, sorry, not the risk reward. I meant what percent of the account you risk. For example, I risk 2% trading manually. Well, I mean, this is something that we have not really looked at. I mean, our account now is, on this specific account, is 25,000 euros, but but I think maybe you are talking about an equity of 5,000. Is that what you're meaning? So if we had an equity of the account of 5,000 euros, I would believe that our average stop loss is around 1%. So let me just bring up a calculator to give you an estimated number, just so we get the sense of it. Yeah, so with 1%, average stop loss on our algos might be like 1.4%. Let's make 1.3%, somewhere around there. We would risk around 156 euros per trade. So and that is with minimum position sizing. So what is that in terms of risk of the total equity of the account? It's around 3%. So might be a little less. I would say it might be like 2.8% or something like that. And as I explained in the beginning of the video, our goal during 2022 was to diversify our algo portfolio a little bit to make sure that we lower the average stop loss of our algo arsenal. Like back in 2021, our average stop loss was probably 1.6%, and now it's like 1.3, 1.2 or something like that. Yeah, I think looking at this number here might be that you need a little bit more than 5,000 euros, 6,000, something like that. So you risk no more than 2.5%. Yeah, is there a parameter in your algos that allows you to decide to open only short positions or only long positions? In general, what are the possible parameters excluding the size? Yes, in the code we have added the options to deactivate or activate long positions, short positions. You can also set your own target profit. You can set your own stop loss. And there's also an option for reinvestment of profits. So what you do is there's a simple single value. If the value is 0, the reinvestment of profit is deactivated, and then you put the digit 1 there, and it will activate the reinvestment of profit. So that are the 5 options that on all our algos you can set if it I believe that's the 5. So it's deactivating or activating long positions, it's deactivating or activating short positions, it's the stop loss level, it's the target profit level, and it's the reinvestment of profits. I don't know if there's any other options that would be interesting. What could that be? I mean, we have like some experimental stuff like machine learning and things like that, but that's nothing that's available for users that are purchasing our algos. Yeah, I will take a look. I will add you again then. All right, so I believe let's look at the MarcoMakingTheMillion challenge. I know that's why most of you people are here. And where to start? Well, I would ask you to join me. Sorry, my cursor is not working. Wireless mouse doesn't work. Wow. Right, now we're back. Yeah, so if you go to our website, go up to the About tab here and click on Making the Million. We have built a dedicated website to this challenge. If you don't remember this challenge, or for new viewers, this is the challenge that I mentioned at the beginning of the livecast. The challenge to turn an initial capital investment of only 5,000 euros to 1 million euros in 48 months. So we did this back in 2020. We did it for like, I don't remember, it was like 52 weeks or something. Back in the days, I streamed every single Sunday, but yeah, I don't have the time to do that actually, and we had like 5 viewers at the time, so we stopped the challenge, but it was working pretty good. Let me see, let me pull up the old video of the last time we had that challenge to just show you how the results were looking. ProRealAlgos. Equity curve. Yes, here it is. Let me, I can send it in the chat, but this is the last time that we had this challenge. This was on May 9th, 2021. We made a total gain of 81%. It was pretty versatile or volatile time. But yeah, this is the challenge. We are taking all 20 algos that's a part of our algo portfolio, and we make a separate dedicated account for this, and we activate only these 20 algos, and we, together with a very extreme and aggressive reinvestment of profits, we are challenging ourselves to turn this initial capital investment of 5,000 euros to 1 million euros in 48 months. So if you go to the website and you click about Making the Million, you will see all information here. So one might say it's not possible. It's not possible to make a gain equivalent of 19,900%, because that is what it is to make a gain from 5,000 euros to 1 million euros. It's 19,900%. But if you were to break it down into smaller periods, this is what you would need to achieve: a yearly return of 276%, a quarterly return of 39%, and a monthly return of 11.67%. And in other words, the equity must be doubled every 6.27 months. And how will this be achieved? Well, we will start with a high risk position sizing, and we will do an aggressive reinvestment of profits, and we will do it on a monthly basis. Here is the projected equity curve. This is what the equity must look like in order to reach the 1 million euros goals in 48 months. So what I will do on a monthly basis in this specific live stream is to plot the results of the last month, of the previous month, into this chart. So what you will see here is how our results on our account is looking in relations to the projected equity curve. So this is a traditional, maybe not traditional, but this is a exponential curve, and it has to be. I mean, we can't make 1 million euros linearly. We have to reinvest profits, and we will have to reinvest profits hard. We will have to increase position size for every 5,000 euros that's gained. So with every 5,000 euros, we will increase the position size. So to make sure that we keep up with this equity curve. The equity curve here, the projected equity curve, is what will stress us out. We must follow it as closely as we can. Probably you will see an equity curve not looking like this, but rather an equity curve looking pretty up and down. But I would like to show you how if we had made this MarcoMakingTheMillion challenge back when we started our business, looking at the historic results with only one minimum, with the minimum contract size and without profits reinvestment, how would that look if we instead increased position size for every 5,000 euros gained? And how would it look in comparison to this? And that's something that I will show you on January 15th, because that's the date that we start the next free 21-day trial. So the challenge will start the same day as the trial starts, because we want to create some engagement of this and give people the opportunity to join the challenge, even if it's only with fake demo money, or if they want to use real money, that's okay too. But we will have a separate live stream on January 15th where I will start every algo. We will go into ProRealTime and we will set the position sizes and we will do all the technical stuff. So today I'm only explaining what the challenge is, and yeah, you will be able to follow all the results on this page. You will also be able to see the current position sizing. So as equity grows and our position sizes increases, that will be updated on this website. Yeah, so do you still do the selectors choice, and if so, how's that going? Well, no, we are not, for two reasons. One, it wasn't really working. We actually noticed that the algos that we predicted would have a good month actually performed worse than having all algos active. So our skills to pick the right algos for the coming month was just not adequate. We actually lost money doing that. So timing the algos seems to be very hard. So one might think that I should close an algo that have 3 consecutive losing months, but I mean, we are seeing the opposite here, that you should actually start algos that are going bad and stop algos that are going good. Not that's a very broad generalization, but the truth is that stopping algos because they have been performing bad in just a couple of months is not a good idea. So if we would start with selector's choice again, we would rethink it quite heavily, like starting algos that have actually not performing the best, and maybe stopping algos that have performed very well. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the challenge. I mean, visit the website, learn more. We will cover the results of the previous months as always in this live stream, but we will also from the next live stream cover the results of this challenge. If you would like to join me on January 15th, please do. It will be a more technical live stream where I will just show you what algos I'm starting. I will start all 20 algos except the Nikkei algo, since the minimum position size of that algo is a little bit too big for a starting equity of 5,000 euros. But we will start it once we reach around 7,000 euros or something like that. Yeah, what else? I don't think it is. Which algos do you offer for the trial? It's not decided yet. We usually, or back in days, we offered all 20 algos, and we did it 21 days per time, and we did it like 6 or 7 times per year. But we got some customer complaints, and I understand that we were offering all algos for like half the year if you would sum up all trials, and we had no real way to like make sure that someone wasn't requesting new trial files and new trial files on in different emails. So we had to change that a little bit. So we are only offering, I believe, 6 or 7 trials, 6 or 7 algos this time. We have not decided which ones yet. If you, Andy, have any requests or wishes on which algos to test, please let me know in the chat, and I will consider that algo for the trial. But probably what we have done the last couple of times is to offer the trial of the last the algos that have been released the latest. So we are rarely like offering trials for algos that have been live for 3 years, but rather new releases. All right, I mean, might be it. If you don't have any more questions, I will say goodbye to you now, and we will talk again in 2 weeks for those who want to join the challenge or are just interested in following it from the sidelines. And to all others, I will see you again on February 5th at 7 p.m. So we're live streaming the first Sunday every month at 7 p.m. except today, because I mean New Year's, people are hungover. All right, so thanks for watching, everyone. I will talk to you again soon, and have a good day and a good night and a good week. Bye.